Get ready for an exclusive peek behind the curtain with Patch My PC's engineering team, highlighting the best moments from the April 30th, 2025 AMA webinar. Featuring Justin Chalfant, David James, and Andrew Jimenez. This month we're talking about Advanced Insights, Patch My PC for Mac, and discover how to become part of our exclusive private previews. It's time to patch the pain away. Here's Justin.
Well, hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name's Justin. I'm the founder here at Patch My PC, and I just want to say how pumped we are to have you all here. Whether you're brand new to Patch My PC or you've been using our product for years, it means a lot that you're taking the time today to just hang out and ask us questions that you want to know the answer to. We wanted to kick off the first one with what are some of the major improvements on your roadmap for this year? And I'm going to hand this over to DJam to kind of cover what we're thinking about.
You know, we had this company summit, week long in Costa Rica, and we were building this slide so that we internally could talk about our roadmap. So this is way beyond the quality of slide that I would normally do, and those of you that see me present over the years. But the exciting thing about this is it goes on into 2026 and 2027 with a lot more interesting things. But we're just going to talk about the short-term stuff that's kind of coming in 2025. And the good thing is a lot of this is the next 4 months of webinars that we have. So, there's a lot. Well, I'll just start with the end of May webinar will be about Advanced Insights for Intune. So there's been a lot of communication, requests, aspirations from customers about, can we take our great solution that we have for reporting on ConfigMgr, and can we take that to Intune? And John and his team are well on the way to that. We have that running at a handful of private preview customers, actually. Exciting. And next week at MMS is kind of a big coming out party for us on Advanced Insights for Intune. But the end of the month in May, we'll be able to talk about our reporting solution for Intune in detail at a webinar. So if you're interested, come back in a month, and we're going to deep dive on that. Then the next thing we have is migration. So we have a great solution that Wout and his team's been building about connecting to ConfigMgr and connecting to Intune and looking at your apps. If you are looking to move all the way to the cloud or move the application workload to the cloud, our migration technology, the intelligence is there to kind of make that easier for you. And we will be bringing that to public preview pretty soon. We have PS80T. About half of our enterprise premium customers now are invited to premium support for PS80T. This means that we will help you with support questions, even if it's unrelated to Patch My PC. If it's just PS80T, you're able to open a support case and we'll help you through the PS80T issues. And then CVE Insights is a webinar that I think we have penciled in for July. This is a focus more on a UI for maybe the people not in the ConfigMgr or the Intune consoles all day, but maybe their management chain or CISOs or the CTO that, a UI that works on the phone that's streamlined with relevant news that is kind of joined to your company data, so that we could really every day give you the news feed that's really pertinent to your operations and give you that real information between what's going on in the security world versus your environment. And then back behind those, we have ARM and Mac. I want to say we might have 100 customers on our private preview for Mac, so that's getting close. We have been a little restricted by what Intune could do with Mac out of the box. So we're still working through some of those things, but Mac is well on its way, and I think coming soon. And we have been working back and forth with Microsoft on ARM. ARM also is a little bit challenging. I think we might have a question later. We might go into that a little bit, but just like when Microsoft added 64-bit to Windows for 32-bit, they kind of shimmed some of that stuff in, and they've done even more of a shim job with ARM. And so it's trying not to look like something different, which makes it hard for us sometimes to detect it. But Andrew and his team are well on their way to having an ARM solution. So it's, some of the technologies that's coming short term, all this that you see on this map will be in customers' hands, either in public preview or completely released by the end of summer, right? Most of it in the early summer. So this is exciting. And then you can see how much road's behind there. That's more stuff that we'll be excited to talk about maybe when we get to fall. So, if you have questions on this stuff, some of it, like, for example, you have lots of questions about advanced insights. We'll be like, well, you maybe will be MMS. And if you're not, we'll for sure come to the webinar next month and we're going to deep dive on that.
So maybe, Andrew, we could kick off some of the things that we have going on with Mac.
We have macOS. As long as you're using Intune and managing your Macs with Intune, we have that in private preview right now. We're hoping to get to public preview pretty soon. We're building up our catalog there and hoping to have a decent sized catalog when we release that to public preview. A few more pieces that we need to put into place before we can put it in public preview. For macOS, we are only supporting app installs at the moment. Updates, like you're used to them from Patch My PC for Windows apps, is not supported in that way. That way being able to check which app is on a device and install smartly the update. There is no applicability rules in Intune for updates for macOS. So or no requirement scripts that we can use to actually target updates properly. So right now it's just app installs. You can of course deploy the apps as required, and that will perform an upgrade if an app is already existing on a device. But the targeting is very much up to you at this point.
Now, we also had a question on chat. Can we volunteer to be in private preview for advanced insights for Intune? So any of the features that we've been talking about around, whether it's Mac OS, whether it's advanced insights, whether it's ARM, we do have an email. So if you're a current customer and you're interested in working with us for private preview before we even go to a public preview, you can email insiders@patchmypc.com with interest of what program, what you would want to join, and we'll send a form there, and you can make sure that you show that interest. We initially in private preview, we're trying to limit the number of customers just so we can manage and have a very close relationship with the feedback that we're hearing, making sure that we're supporting you one-on-one. So just be aware, if you're interested, definitely email that. We won't be able to get everyone in just because we have a lot of people that are requesting it, but that would be the path where you can request it. Thanks again for spending the time with us today. The questions that you ask, this always gives us great insight into things our customers want to see, things we're doing well, things we can improve on. So appreciate all the questions and the time that you spent with us today, and look forward to next month's webinar where we'll be talking a little bit more about advanced insights for Intune. I know that was kind of the question that we saw most. So thanks again, everyone, and hope this was helpful for you all.